first round of the non-public South A tournament here in the Magdalene Gymnasium. It's going to be St. Joe's facing off against Pingry. St. Joe's, the 4 seed, Pingry, the 14 seed. Ben Chadwick joined by Max Chadwick. And Max, St. Joe's is coming off of a brutal loss last week in the GMC semifinals to Colonia. Do you think they bounce back in this game, or do you think their momentum and their morale is so down that it could possibly affect their win today?
Well, it's tough because you talk about, St. Joe's basketball, who's so used to winning GMC finals and GMC championships, and for them to falter like they did in the GMC tournament, like they're either going to come out and feel the effects of that game, or they're going to come out with a vengeance and really dominate Pingry this afternoon.
Pingry off to a quick start with the three. Ethan Simmons will answer back for St. Joe's, however.
That is a 3-point goal for Ethan Simmons.
It's going to be a tie game, 3-3. There for Pingry. That's Liam Royster.
Liam Royster.
Norfolk State baseball commit. Actually, here. Hot start to the game. Every single game now we see could be their last in this St. Joe's uniform, and Ethan Simmons is trying to extend that run as much as possible. So just about 5 minutes left to go in the first period. St. Joe's up 6 over Pingry. 11-5 is the score.
Yeah, but you got to ride your hot hand. Ethan Simmons has been the hot hand for St. Joe's all season long, and he's been one of the stars of his career. He wants to extend that career because, as you know, if they lose today, this is the final game of Ethan Simmons' career.
And he was really almost carrying this team, you could say, in that Colonia game. Had 24 points in that GMC semifinal, but just wasn't enough to get the W. But he's been averaging 19.8 points per game on the year, which leads the team. He made GMC all-conference first team, and has a couple of offers so far from Fairfield and Central Connecticut, among others. So coming out of the timeout, Pingry is going to face a full court press by Kwame Harrod. They're going to work the ball inside, and they're going to call a deflected pass off of Amari Campbell, so Pingry ball. But St. Joe's keeping the pressure on Pingry early in the game. Pingry once again working around the three-point line. And it looks like they're going to call, might have been a jump ball the ref is going to call there, so it'll be St. Joe's ball. Ethan Simmons going to try to extend this lead. Coach Coco Ziello is in his 4th season with the Falcons, at least as their head coach, has a 48-19 record. A couple more wins, he can get that 50th milestone with St. Joe's, but of course, just taking it one game at a time, making this game the priority. As St. Joe's working around the 3-point line. Herod and Campbell going back and forth. Looks like there's going to be a jump ball there, so it'll go right back to Pingry. On the other end. About halfway through this first period. Ethan Simmons carrying the load offensively for St. Joe's. Kwame Herod doing his part defensively. And the pass is going to be no good.
St. Joe's defense really suffocating Pingry early on, Ben.
Yeah, definitely keeping a lot of pressure on them. Which usually Coach Coco Ziello doesn't like to do. He usually plays that half-court press, but maybe saw a different strategy for this game. Maybe try and get a huge lead early on. That's going to stay St. Joe's ball after Amari Campbell and Liam Royster were fumbling with it. Lineup for St. Joe's right now is going to be Josh Ingram, Anthony Williams, Kwame Herod, Ryan Yarno, and of course Ethan Simmons. Josh Ingram now on the wing. Kwame.
Fouls on 5, Sam Crawford, that's his first.
I'm going to call an on the floor foul
Team's first.
on Sam Proudfoot. Team 6th leading scorer, 4.8 points per game. He has on the year for Pingry. Ryan Yarno, 3-pointer, no good. Rebound by Ethan Simmons. Simmons to kick out. Yarno. Does it go again? There's going to be another offensive rebound and another tie-up between Anthony Williams and Liam Royster, which will keep it St. Joe's ball. Dave Caruso checking in for the Falcons. And that's a 3-pointer. Good for Ethan Simmons. Haven't seen a bucket in a little while here, but Ethan Simmons changes that. And what a block on the other end by Josh Ingram.
What an amazing play from Ingram, Ben. Hustling back, getting a hand up, and Josh Ingram has really been a star defensive player for St. Joe's right now.
He really has. They had an easy fast break. It looked like a wide open layup, and Ingram comes out of nowhere with the chase down block. Pingry laying with the ball. And the 3-pointer is up, and no good. Anthony Williams with the rebound for St. Joe's. Williams on the other end now. Kick out to Yarno. Yarno trying to get redemption. Still can't. So Ryan Yarno a bit cold at the start for St. Joe's. But Coach Coco Ziello will keep him in there. And instead will check out Anthony Williams for the height, the center of this team, Owen Griffin.
Fouls on 24, Josh Ingram, that's his first, and it's his first.
Pingry now, working the ball around the perimeter. Excellent defense here by the Falcons. 3-pointer is up for Pingry, and it's good. ball around. Owen Griffin, good pass out. Ethan Simmons the drive in the mid-range. That's his specialty. Doesn't go this time. Good offensive rebound. Almost a teamwork by Dave Caruso and Ryan Yarnall, but the three won't go for Caruso. St. Joe is really having an off shooting night right now besides Ethan Simmons. And yet they're still up by 6. Really goes to show how incredible of a player Ethan Simmons is. And how much he can just carry the workload offensively. Some great ball movement there. And a block by Owen Griffin.
Pass number 5, Owen Griffin, that is his first.
And they're going to call a shooting foul here.
Team's third.
On Owen Griffin.
Jacob Mackey on the line, shooting 2.
So the first free throw won't go for Pingry. Second one is up. And it won't go. So
14-9.
pass intercepted, turnover by Ryan Yarnall. Pingry now working the ball around. Stifling defense once again by St. Joe's. And they'll call a deflected pass by Owen Griffin going out of bounds, remaining Pingry ball. Just about a minute left to play in this first period. St. Joe's up 5. Pingry really struggling once again. Great post move there by Liam Royster. Net ball, so 14-11. Pingry is slowly cutting away at that lead. Owen Griffin. They're going to call blocking foul there on Liam Royster. Senior Amari Campbell going to check on.
Second.
Yarnall. Simmons now, 40 seconds on the clock. St. Joe's working the ball around. I think they might even try and take that last shot, even though there is 30 seconds left. No shot clock in high school, so they could take all the time they need on this possession. They look around and they lose the ball. Calls a jump ball there. Liam Royster on the other end. And it'll go right to Pingry. So unfortunate play there by St. Joe's. They were looking to get that last shot. But nothing to it. So Pingry now with 10 seconds on the clock. The three is up and no good for Pingry. And they're going to call a shooting foul there on Owen Griffin against Liam Royster.
Fouls number 5, Owen Griffin, that is his second.
So that'll send Pingry,
Team's fourth.
Liam Royster, to the line with 5.6 seconds left to go. And the first shot is
Royster on the line, shooting 1.
Royster, like I said before, the team's second leading scorer with 10.7 points per game. Also a baseball commit, D1 to Norfolk State. So a multi-sport athlete, really getting the job done here in the Magdalene. Last shot after the missed free throw is open good for Jake Ogden. So Pingry ties it up with a last second three-pointer at the end of the first period. Jake Abdi, the 4th leading scorer on the year, 8.2 points per game. He gets his first bucket of the game, and it's a big one.
And Ben, I mean, St. Joe's was the 4 seed heading into today. Pingry the 13 seed, and tie game after first quarter. I mean, this is a pretty shocking result for the Falcons.
Yeah, no, it definitely is. I would say St. Joe's was definitely hoping to win this game by double digits, if not supposed to win the game. And being tied at the end of the first period really kind of puts a hindrance on that for the rest of the game. So we'll see what Coach Cocoziello draws up to end off the first half. Maybe, hopefully, extend that lead for his team a little bit more. So getting back in the first period, St. Joe's ball. Mark Campbell tries to take the lead, but they're going to say he stepped out of bounds.
Foul number 2. Ollie Dirty.
Instead they're going to call foul on Jake Abdi. The man of the hour right now.
Team's third.
Josh Ingram working it around to Ethan Simmons. Over to Khalid Brown. Ingram, they're going to call a, should be just about blocking foul there. Instead they're going to call a travel on Josh Ingram. There's a player diving at his feet. He had to avoid him somehow. Didn't look like he traveled. That's the ref's call, so Pingry ball now. Still a tie ball game, no buckets yet for either team. And a missed pass there, so fast break for St. Joe's. Amari Campbell goes up, and he's going to get fouled on the way up.
Foul number 1, Josh Wolford. That is his first. Team's 4th.
So the first shot for Amari Campbell, no good. So this
Shooting 1.
score will remain the same. Shot is up and no good. Rebound. Put back by Khalid Brown. St. Joe's back to lead. Pingry has yet to lead in this game. Khalid Brown is going to extend that trend just a little bit longer. Shot on the other end for Pingry. They do take the lead with that three-pointer. Mark Campbell trying to take the lead back. Instead, he'll dish it off to Anthony Williams, who still gets that same job done for St. Joe's. Falcons lead by 1. kicks it over to Royster. Royster mid-range, no good. Anthony Williams, the dish over to Amari Campbell. And Campbell couldn't get a grasp on it, so it'll be Pingry ball. Pass just too far over his head by Ethan Simmons. So Pingry had the lead for a few seconds there, but then Anthony Williams takes it right back. Backwood there. Andre Molsky giving the ball to St. Joe's. His current lineup is Ethan Simmons, Josh Ingram, Amari Campbell, Khalil Brown, and Anthony Williams. That's 3 juniors and a couple of seniors out there for the Falcons right now. Very old lineup. The future is bright for St. Joe's. Guys like Dave Russo, Owen Griffin are both sophomores. And not to mention the juniors still come back for another year. So Khalil Brown, Josh Ingram, Anthony Williams, they'll all be coming back. So yeah, St. Joe's will lose their star player next year. So a lot of key players on the other end as Anthony Williams gets fouled on the fast break. So he'll go to the line for 2.
Great play by Williams, Ben. Running the floor, creating an outlet for his teammate to throw to. He didn't finish off the N1, but you can definitely tie the game or take the lead here for St. Joe's.
Definitely, yeah. Williams is known to be one of the most athletic players on the team. Already has a few dunks on the year. Had a pretty good game last game against Colonia. Had 8 points against them. That was our 3rd leading scorer behind Josh Ingram and Ethan Simmons. So you could tell he's really filling in that role of becoming a key starter for St. Joe's, especially since they're going to need that next year. First shot is no good for Anthony Williams. Sorry, what were you going to say?
No, I mean, I was just said it before, like, you lose so many seniors off this team that you're going to need guys like Williams next year to step up and really take over as a leader of the team.
We'll see if they do that next year. Pingry answers right back. 20-19. Brown over to Anthony Williams. The jumper for Anthony Williams is a goal. That's a free ball there for Anthony Williams. We were just talking about him, just hyping him up, saying how great of a game he had last game. And he proves us right with that 3 ball in the corner, giving St. Joe's the lead. Halfway through the 2nd period.
And Ben, you couldn't buy a bucket in that beginning of the 2nd quarter, and all of a sudden these teams are getting hot now from deep.
Yeah, these teams are really hitting right now. And we'll see if the game plan changes for either coach. Obviously not offensively, but on the defensive side of the ball. I know St. Joe's has to switch in between man and zone coverage. We'll see if Coach Yellow is going to make that switch. The bucket on the other end for Pingry is going to drop. So tie ball game once again. Josh Ingram back over to Anthony Williams. Williams, the drive in and the lay is good.
Williams is taken over right now in the 2nd quarter, Ben.
Yeah, it's almost like the more we talk about a player, the better they start performing.
Is that 8 straight points now for Williams?
Just about, yeah. So he's already pretty much tied his last game. Now, we're not even done with the first half. So Anthony Williams could be poised for a great showing here tonight. We have just about 3:40 left to go in the first half. Amari Campbell. On the plays, formulating the offense. Williams over to Ingram. Back over to Campbell. St. Joe's working the ball around. Ingram, the sharpshooter, gets his shot blocked. Ethan Simmons, great pass over to Kwame Heron. Heron, the 3 ball, no good. Great board by Josh Ingram. Anthony Williams goes up, no good. Amari Campbell gets the board. That's 3 straight offensive rebounds for St. Joe's.
Great hustle on the glass there by St. Joe's.
I just wish they fall if you're rooting for St. Joe's. Josh Ingram. Nice pump fake there by Ingram and a nice drive. The reverse lay by Josh Ingram giving St. Joe's the 4-point lead. 2:30 now left in the game on the other end. Pingry gets the drop. And that's just a miscommunication. There's nothing else to it. Ethan Simmons throws it to Josh Ingram, who had his back turned, bounces off of Ingram, and right out of bounds. So Pingry ball. St. Joe's still sporting the full-man press. Kwame Herod definitely has the physicality and the stamina. We've seen that all season long. He is arguably St. Joe's greatest perimeter defender. So it's understandable why they want him full-court pressing. And Pingry, once again, struggling to find a shot. They're going to drive right in. No good. Rebound there by Trey Mulsky. And it drops. So tie game once again. Both teams going at it right now. Ethan Simmons the wrong way.
Score the goal. Score the goal for Ethan Simmons. House number 30, Jake Abdi. That is his first.
So Simmons with the and one bucket.
Team 6.
Lear Moister there. In the paint, committed the foul. Simmons almost arguably had an offensive foul there, almost like pushing him off of him, but I guess mid-air, both players going at it. There's not much Rush can see other than Royster committing a hard foul against Simmons, so he'll try and make this a 3-point play. And he will.
The old-fashioned 3, Ben.
That's the way it's done. Ethan Simmons gets done anywhere on the court. So a minute 45 now left to go in the first half. Incredible defense. Good teamwork there by Amari Campbell. And another foul on the other end. Sending Campbell to the line right after getting the steal.
He has terrific defense on right there, Ben. And they weren't falling for any of the crossovers. And then team defense trapping that Pingry offensive player, getting the steal, and then eventually getting the foul.
Yeah, and it wasn't even like he was in a corner or right against out of bounds line. They just kind of surrounded him and gave him no other option but to give the ball up.
He did one too many dribble moves, Ben. They really let him play defense on himself on that play.
So it's going to be one free throw made there for Amari Campbell. Once again, hard defense there by St. Joe's. And a steal once again by Amari Campbell. He has a chase down block on him. And they're going to call a foul on Pingry. Let's see if they're shooting foul or on the floor.
House number 5, Sam Crawford. That is his second.
And it will be a shooting foul. On Sam Crawford.
Shooting 1-1.
So Simmons will get the 1-and-1s as they're now in the bonus. A lot of fouls been committed by Pingry so far, especially in this second half. First shot is up and good. So St. Joe's with a 5-point lead, just about a minute left to go. Stop play. Giving the ball to Pingry, so maybe a reaching foul. Another steal there by Kwame Herod. Quick pass over to Campbell. Campbell gets a little shot blocked. Quick rebound by Anthony Williams. gets the putback bucket. St. Joe's is suffocating Pingry with this defense right now. Seconds left to go on the clock. Joe's up 7. Defensive pressure has really helped them gain back that lead they had early on in the game. Mark Campbell's going to keep it going here. Pingry working the ball around.
On 0, Kwame Harrod. This is first.
They're going to call a blocking foul on Kwame Harrod, giving the ball back to Pingry. Just about 27 seconds left to go now in this first half. St. Joe's gets a steal. Josh Ingram. Tough bucket, can't get it go. Campbell got blocked again. Could have been a foul call there. He was arguing for it, but none.
Fouls number 3, Mark Campbell. That's his first.
Call a foul on Amari Campbell.
Team 7th.
Sending Pingry to the line. I'm not sure, Max. I don't know if you saw that. Do you know what they could have called there on Amari Campbell?
I don't know what they could have called in that play. I guess Amari Campbell, after he went up, they said there wasn't a foul, and then maybe he fouled after he lost the ball. But it was a pretty confusing call there from the referee.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Maybe one of those aggressive moments you get after making a play like that. I have no clue. Not from this angle. I couldn't see anything. But nonetheless, Pingry is going to get the 1-1 as the first one goes. So both will go for Pingry. St. Joe's has 15 seconds. Kwame Harrod dishes it over to Simon. The two are working it back together. 7 seconds in the clock. Amari Campbell over to Simon. Simon contested 3. No good. Kwame Harrod! What a putback. Kwame Harrod is the smallest player on the court, but he gets the putback tip to add 2 more points on the board for St. Joe's.
I mean, just the story of the second quarter, Ben, was St. Joe's offensive rebounding. Kwame Harrod just put an emphasis on that with that tip in at the buzzer. Just an amazing play there.
Yeah, that was just the icing on the cake as the Falcons will head into the half. And we'll be right back for the second half with more commentary. And we are back for the second half of St. Joe's versus Pingry High School here at the Maglia Gymnasium. St. Joe's sporting a 7-point lead. And they're going to try and expand on that. And Max, like we said before, that suffocating defense is really what got St. Joe's back that early lead that they once had before. Do you see them going with that same strategy, or do you think they're expecting Pingry to game plan for that now?
Well, as you saw, you mentioned the suffocating defense, and they just got an and one scored on them. But, yeah, no, for sure. I think that Pingry saw St. Joe's was playing full court press. They weren't ready for that. St. Joe's got a lot of turnovers in the second half of the court because of that. I think that St. Joe's is going to continue to keep the foot on the gas pedal because Pingry, as you saw, Ben, they were competing with St. Joe's way more than I think the Falcons were expecting.
No, definitely. I mean, a 4 versus 14 game, you quietly expect your team to be up by maybe 10, 15 points at halftime, but they were nearly tied until St. Joe's had a little bit of a run towards the end. So Falcons are definitely on their heels starting off this second half.
I bet you told me in the car right over here, you set the line at 12.5 for St. Joe's. And Pingry's losing you a lot of money right now.
They definitely are. Not that we're picking favorites or anything.
I've got a lot riding on this game, Ben.
So it's going to be out of bounds there on Anthony Williams, giving the ball to Pingry. Just about 7 minutes left to go in this third period now. A little bit of a fast break. Great defensive play by Kwame Herod, but pretty much knees the ball right out of bounds. So it'll remain Pingry's ball.
You can never dribble and feel safe around St. Joe's, Ben. That's what St. Joe's, I'm telling you, suffocating defense. They just don't make you feel comfortable ever.
Yeah, Amari Campbell and Kwame Herod especially have just been all over them this entire game. Ethan Simmons couldn't haul in the rebound. Instead, he'll tip it out of bounds, remaining Pingry ball. Jake Abdi now with the throw-in. And they'll get it in. The jumper is up and no good for Liam Royster. The rebound, however, does go Pingry's way. And Oliver Dirty gets the bucket to go for Pingry. Josh Ingram, the sharpshooter for St. Joe's, answers right back with a 3 of his own. 6:20 now left to go in the third period. Amari Campbell keeping that defensive pressure on that we've talked about all day today. Some nice ball movement here by Pingry. The fade is no good. And they'll say tipped out of bounds by Anthony Williams, remaining Pingry ball. Just about 6 minutes now left to go in the third period. St. Joe's up 6. Jake Abdi, the quick pass in is no good. Ethan Simmons with the rebound. Simmons on the fast break towards the other end. And his fast break lay won't go. Jake Abdi from the corner. And it goes. 5:40 now left to go in the third period. St. Joe's leads by 3. And like we said before, Max, definitely not the game St. Joe's was expecting halfway through the third period, and they're leading by 3 in their home gym as the 4 seed against a 14 seed. Definitely not an ideal situation here for the Falcons.
Absolutely not. I mean, every time St. Joe's throws a punch, Pingry comes back with another haymaker.
And Joe's will try and throw one more of those punches, and it won't go. Rebound by Williams, however. Offensive rebounding has been another storyline for the St. Joe's team alongside that defensive pressure. And Williams will get fouled on his way up, so he'll be at the line for 2 with 5:10 left to go in this third period.
And Ben, you know, we talk about St. Joe's suffocating defense. It looks to me like they're playing a zone defense today. And if there's one weakness of the zone defense, it's that corner 3. And you saw Pingry's been getting some open 3s from the corner, which have created a 3-point advantage.
Yeah, and specifically Jake Abdi hit that 3-pointer at the end of the first period. Just had another corner 3 right here. So if he gets hot, he could be a real threat to this zone defense. And St. Joe's is definitely going to have to watch out for that.
Ball movement is the key to beating zone defenses. That is how you beat zone defenses. We'll see if Pingry does that in the second half.
So Anthony Williams will go 1 of 2, missing the second, giving St. Joe's a 4-point lead. 5 minutes left to go in the third period. The drive in. There's that ball movement, and there's that shooter, Jake Abdi, and there it is. Pretty much spoken into existence right there, Max, for Pingry. That ball movement really broke apart the zone defense, and the sharpshooter, like I said, Jake Abdi, don't let him get hot, and it seems like he is. 9 points on the day, solely from the three-point arc. Ethan Simmons gonna try and answer back, and he will. So Pingry, it seems like they're really, really working for every bucket. But St. Joe's, I mean, Ethan Simmons was guarded heavily right there, and he just decides to jump up, shoot the three, and it drains, because that's just the type of skill that St. Joe's has compared to Pingry. So two completely different teams, but nonetheless, they're in an absolute shootout right now, halfway through the third period.
No, absolutely. I mean, Pingry, as you saw, like, they were spreading that ball around. Ball movement, like I said, is the key to stopping the zone defense. We'll see if St. Joe switches to a man defense right now. But Ethan Simmons, I mean, when you got the best player on the court, you gave him the ball. St. Joe's is only up by one. It looks like all the momentum was towards Pingry, and yet Ethan Simmons takes the ball in his hands and just knocks down a three to take back the momentum for the Falcons.
Yeah, it almost seems impossible for Pingry to gain the type of momentum that St. Joe's had earlier in the game and towards the end of that first half. As both teams are going to head back out onto the court, Pingry with the inbound. That full court press is fully in action now for St. Joe's, as it has been the entire game. Amari Campbell staying all over Jake Abdi, the pass, and a missed wide open layup there for Pingry as Josh Ingram gets the offensive or defensive rebound, I should say. Ingram, quick kick over to Anthony Williams. Williams, the tough lay. And he is really showing us that he is becoming a cornerstone of this team. We were talking about him early in this game. Another call, shove on Amari Campbell against the screen by Pingry. But like we were saying, Anthony Williams gets yet another tough bucket for St. Joe's, and he's been doing that all game and for the past few games. He's really gotten hot towards the end of the season, and that's going to show a lot of promise and a lot of potential for next year's team. Pingry, the mid-range shot, tough shot, guarded by Simmons, no good. Calling a kickball violation on Ethan Simmons, so it'll remain Pingry ball under the basket. 3:50 left to go in the third period. St. Joe's leads by 6. A nice grab there by Liam Royster. Him and Jake Abdi have really been that dynamic duo offensively for Pingry this entire game. Anthony Williams, nice pass out to Amari Campbell. Campbell can't get the shot to go. The mid-range for Yarnall, however, will drop. Yarnall gets his first points of the game. And his first points of the last 2 games. As he was unable to get a bucket last game against Colonia. But he gets a crucial one towards the end of this game. St. Joe's leading by 6 now, 3 minutes left. The drive in by Pingry. And it bounces off his knee. He had a wide open layup, and the Falcon flock is letting him know that that was about the easiest shot you can get in a basketball game.
Yeah, he tried to take a hard dribble, and it's completely bounced away from him.
Ryan Yarnall, tough pass over to Simmons. Campbell, the Euro step over to Josh Ingram, the sharpshooter, and it won't go. St. Joe's is starting to get hot, sporting a 9-point lead with 2.5 minutes left to go in the third period. Pingry is really in a dangerous spot right now. St. Joe's with the steal. Amari Campbell on the other end. And that's a foul. Campbell was extremely upset.
Yeah, Simmons had to hold him back there. That could have gotten really ugly for St. Joe's.
Campbell was about to pounce at the man who committed the foul, but Ethan Simmons came in to just tell him to calm down and that it's not worth it. That was a good decision by Ethan Simmons, so Campbell will go to the line for 2. try and get St. Joe's their first double-digit lead of the game. And he will. That's a 10-point lead for St. Joe's. 2 minutes and 22 seconds left to go in the third period, as St. Joe's arguably has the most momentum they've had all game.
Key is to keep the foot on the gas pedal now for the Falcons.
And Amari Campbell definitely does that. Both free throws go. And that suffocating defense is fully intact here. Great defense there by Josh Ingram. A tough bucket for Liam Royster. He has been by far the team's leading rebounder and scorer. You just wonder without him where they would be right now, but that's something that Coach Jason Murdoch thankfully doesn't have to think about. Royster has really been the star player of this Pingry team, really keeping them in it the entire game. So St. Joe's with the inbound, just about 2 minutes left to go in the third period. Falcons have a 9-point lead. Ingram over to Simmons. Sim in the corner three, no good. And that's going to be a missed shot for the Falcons heading out of bounds, giving Pingry the ball now. 1:50 left to go on the clock. St. Joe's sticking with that press man coverage. Amari Campbell gets his third steal of the game in the Euro step for Campbell. Amari Campbell is having a day right now for the Falcons. Haven't seen him go off like this in a very long time. But he is ensuring that he gets to play at least one more game with the Falcons, as he is a senior, and he's not trying to go away just yet for this Falcon squad.
He is not letting Jake Abdi breathe right now. Amari Campbell is doing a really good job getting in the passing lanes and getting a few steals for St. Joe's and leading the fast break.
Campbell is St. Joe's fourth leading scorer with 8.8 points per game. I believe he has just about 15 in this game, so definitely close to a season high. I believe he had 24 points in one game, but in a state tournament, you almost argue that these 15 are way more important than those 24 in that regular season matchup.
Absolutely. You need anything you can get right now.
So St. Joe is going to switch up the lineup a little bit as Josh Ingram and Anthony Williams are going to come off for Khalid Brown and Owen Griffin. Khalid Brown, I've said it before, when he gets on the court, which unfortunately isn't too often, but he really makes a crucial impact to this team. And I'm sure next year, since he is a junior, he will be seeing a lot more playing time, and I can't wait to see what he does. One of the most athletic players on this team, and his drive-in game is one of the best on the roster. The three ball falls for Pingry. 50 seconds left to go in the third period. Khalid Brown going to dish it over to Amari Campbell. Campbell, pass over to Griffin. They're going to call a travel on Owen Griffin. Thought he had that pivot foot, must have slid it
This is a
just
big
a little bit.
possession here for Pingry, Ben. They can cut it to a two-possession game right here.
So 39 seconds left to go. Yarnall with the defense. Jake Abdi now. Abdi looks to shoot. Stifling defense by Khalid Brown. They're going to call a foul there.
Yeah, it looks like he hit him on the wrist, Ben. It was a good call from the referee.
So that'll send Pingry to the line. Like you said, a chance here to make it a two-possession game. 27 seconds left to go in the third period. St. Joe's leads by 8. And they're going to keep that lead of 8 as the first one will not fall. Owen Griffin is going to check off as St. Joe's checks in Josh Ingram. Second leading scorer on the year, the junior, putting up 15.2 points per game. extremely impressive.
He should be the guy next year for the Falcons.
Yeah, it definitely looks that way. But it looks like it's going to be much more of a team effort, which it is now, but having Ethan Simmons is just such a star to rely on that, I mean, you can't pass it up, but I think next year it's going to be a lot more guys averaging a lot more points, which could be beneficial to St. Joe's. We're going to have to see. 6 seconds on the clock. St. Joe's trying to get a shot off. Josh Ingram, the pump fake. Pass over to Khalid Brown, and his lay won't go. So St. Joe's with an 8-point lead heading into the final 8 minutes of this game. Had a lot of momentum before, had a 12-point lead, their largest of the game. Pingry is able to cut it down to an 8-point lead. We'll see if St. Joe's can keep that momentum going into the last period of the game.
Yeah, final 8 minutes, Ben, and then St. Joe's can move on to the next round of the state tournament. And, I mean, if you're a head coach for St. Joe's right now, John Cogliziello, you've got to be telling your seniors, hey, this could be the final 8 minutes, not only of your high school basketball career, but for a lot of them, their entire basketball careers. So a lot of these kids aren't going to be able to play college basketball. You got to tell them, hey, if you want to play one more game, you got to give it all you got here for the next 8 minutes.
Yeah, I'm sure that'll get some guys hyped up. Just the realization that this could be their final 8 minutes of basketball. You tell them that, and there's no way they lose this game. But we'll see what Cogliziello draws up.
I mean, Ethan Simmons might be the only one, right, that's going to play college basketball, Ethan Simmons?
It could be, yeah, of the senior class, it is looking like that, but can't really speak for the junior or sophomores yet. But yeah, for that senior class, Ethan Simmons, a couple of D1 offers so far. But yeah, guys like Amari Campbell, I mean, you never know where they could go, D2 or D3, or even play other sports, but right now, the only real guarantee to play college ball is Ethan Simmons. So yeah, like you said, to really hype those guys up, let them know that.
Same for Pingry too. Pingry can tell the same guys, and I don't know if they have any recruits in their team. You can tell the same ones, hey, this is the final 8 minutes. If you don't come back from this deficit, you're done, and it's over. And you know, as scary as that might sound, it might motivate these kids to give it their all to hopefully continue their careers.
Yeah, guys like Oliver Dury and Liam Royster. Royster has been all over the place. By far the best performance on Pingry so far. So yeah, you let him know that. You let him know that these are his final 8 minutes. Or these could be his final 8 minutes, and I'm sure both these teams are going to be very hyped up. And those final 8 minutes will start right now as St. Joe's will have the ball. Nice pass over to Ingram, but Ingram will lose the ball and St. Joe's will keep it. So ball gets tipped out of bounds by Royster. So it'll remain St. Joe's ball, the drive-in by Ethan Simmons. And looks like a reach-in foul on Oliver Dury. No backcourt called. Referee was right there to spot it, so gonna have to believe his call. Amari Campbell, if that ball goes in, and it won't, if that ball went in, that would have been one of the greatest contested lays I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Had two guys collapsing on both sides of him, but the underhand lay won't go, and on the other side, Pingry will get fouled and head to the line. And it looks like we were saying before, first shot won't go. Ethan Simmons, like we said, is the only guarantee to play college basketball. But on the other side, thanks to our side analyst, Jaden Hunter, Amari Campbell has a couple of D1 track offers. So Ethan Simmons won't be the only senior on this basketball team playing college, participating in college athletics. But for now, he is the only one that's going to be playing D1 college ball out of these seniors. So the second free throw falls for Pingry. And it'll be St. Joe's on the other end working the ball around the three-point line. Ethan Simmons had a shot there, didn't like it. Khalid Brown kicks it over to Amari Campbell.
Nice pass over to Josh Ingram. And they're going to call a travel call.
An offensive foul, I think, on the screen from St. Joe's.
Oh. Look, yeah, so it's going to be, it's going to be an illegal screen on Khalid Brown. And I'm sure he was relieved to see that shot by Josh Ingram had missed, because if Ingram made that, St. Joe's would have missed out on 3 points right there. So on the other end, the 3 ball by Pingry will drop. It's a 4-point ball game with 6 minutes and 40 seconds left to go in regulation. St. Joe's desperate to answer back and gain back that momentum because they're losing a lot of it right now. Campbell, guarded by Duryea. Ingram, the drive in, the post up is up and good.
You know, we keep talking about the high school careers, but I mean, Josh Ingram still has another year of high school basketball, but he wants to keep this year going for him.
Oh yeah, I'm sure he does. Keep this year going for everyone on the team. Try and get that state title. Just about 6 minutes left to go now in the game. They're going to call a charging foul on Pingry, giving St. Joe's back the ball. So Kwame Herod. St. Joe's working the ball around. Some good defense here by Pingry. Ingram. Over to Williams. The pump fake by Ingram. Ethan Simmon. St. Joe's really faced against some great defense here. And they're going to call a blocking foul. On Trey Maltzby. So on the floor, that's the 5th foul for Pingry. Kwame Herod, wide open 3-pointer, won't go. Rebound by Royster. 5:30 on the clock now in the 4th period. Jake Abdi, the pass and the dunk by Liam Royster on the other end. Cutting the lead down to 4. Five minutes on the clock, Kwame Herod. One of these teams is playing the final 5 minutes of basketball for this season. And it's a 4-point ball game here in the Maglio Gymnasium. Kwame over to Ingram. Josh Ingram putting the team on his back these last few minutes.
You know, keep saying, man, you're going to rely on your seniors in these crucial final 5 minutes. Josh Ingram for St. Joe's has really been the star of this 4th quarter. The junior for St. Joe's. I mean, the Falcons look like they're in good hands for 2022 and beyond with Josh Ingram.
Definitely. I mean, that first quarter was Ethan Simmon, as everyone expected. But, I mean, that second quarter, junior Anthony Williams, like we were saying, went off. That 3rd quarter and this 4th quarter so far, Josh Ingram has been really carrying the load.
Yeah, it's a really good team effort. I mean, Amari Campbell has been a menace defensively, too. St. Joe's is just really getting a lot of help from a lot of their players. In the state tournament, you can't just rely on one star. You need a multitude of good players in your rotation, and St. Joe's can rely on that right now. But we'll see if they can hold on to this 6-point lead with about 5 minutes left.
Yeah, it's almost weird. It seems like St. Joe's is playing a great game, but they're only up by 6.
No, this is a good old-fashioned battle. I mean, like I said before, St. Joe's and Pingry is throwing haymakers at each other. Each team is doing a really good job of not letting the momentum of the other team get to them and making sure that they bounce back in their own way.
And we'll see who can bounce back, if Pingry can bounce back or if St. Joe's can maintain this lead for these final 4 minutes and 43 seconds. The stakes have never been higher for both these teams, especially these seniors. And we'll see how they handle the pressure. Full court press here by St. Joe's.
Some great defense there by Kwame Herod, like it has been all game. Jake Abdi, guarded by Ethan Simmons. Anthony Williams. The pass. Went over to Trey Malsby. He misses and gets the over-the-back call on Anthony Williams. So that'll be St. Joe's ball. 4:26 left to go in regulation. St. Joe's ball. Kwame Herod gets called for the travel. This is not the time to be getting those.
These are crucial possessions right now for St. Joe's.
Yeah, that's not the way you want to end a possession. With this amount of time left in this game. What a steal there by Ethan Simmons. So it's going to be St. Joe's back the other way. Simmons, the and one bucket for Ethan Simmons. We were saying it before, haven't really seen him a lot since that first quarter, but he reminds us he is still the best player on this team, and he is still capable of bringing St. Joe's a win, and he is really doing his all to make that happen tonight. St. Joe's up 8, possibly 9, 3:59 left to go in the fourth period. And Simmons. Shot is up and no good. Rebound by Anthony Williams. Shot is blocked by Liam Royster. So a nice shot there. Or a nice rebound there. St. Joe's offensive rebounds have been a pivotal talking point for them all game, but incredible defense inside by Liam Royster.
Yeah,
St. Joe's.
Needed that defensive rebound off the missed free throw from Simmons.
Nice mid-range move by Ethan Simmons. I always say it, I like to give his pro comparison to a guy like DeMar DeRozan with that mid-range game. He loves using that mid-range shot, and he uses it right there. But on the other end, Pingry tries to answer back. They're unable to with the first shot, but they can do it with the second shot. Trey Malsby. 8-point game, 3 minutes left to go in regulation. St. Joe's has the ball. And it's going to be a reach-in foul. On Josh Wolford. And St. Joe's is now in the bonus, sending Kwame Herod to the line. So St. Joe's up 61-53. 3 minutes and 5 seconds left to go in the fourth period. Shot is up and no good. Anthony Williams fighting for the rebound. Won't go, however. And it's going to be a timeout on the other end by Pingry. It's a pretty well-timed timeout right there, as they were in some trouble near the out-of-bounds line. So, Max, if you're head coach Jason Murdoch of Pingry, what do you tell your team? This is a rough situation to be in. You're down 8. You're not in your home gymnasium. You have 2 minutes and 57 seconds left. Who do you get the ball to? What kind of offense do you run? What kind of plays you're running on defense right here?
I think Liam Royster has been their star player today, and I think he's the guy you should be looking at here. But, again, Ben, I mean, I hate to sound like a broken record here, but what I said at the start of the fourth quarter was, hey, tell your seniors like Liam Royster, like Oliver Durie, hey, this could be the final 8 minutes of your career. Now you update them again and say, hey, this could be the final 3 minutes of your career.
Yeah.
Keep hammering that home, because I'm telling you right now, these kids are gassed out there. They are sprinting up and down the court, and they probably are very tired and want this game to be over soon. But at the same time, you got to tell them, hey, this could be the final game of your career. You need to keep going.
Yeah, that's honestly, that's an incredible way to tell them. I mean, like, give them like little notifications, like, hey, I know you're tired, so I mean, honestly, we could just give you a break, and you could just sit there and watch your last 3 minutes of your basketball career go by, or you could give it 100% for the rest of this game and continue your basketball career possibly if you could do enough. And we'll see, as both teams might have been told that, this is still a ball game. I mean, St. Joe's is up 8 But this game could go either way right now.
No, 3 minutes is a lot of time, Ben.
St. Joe's keeping that stifling defense going. Jake Abdi. The steal by Anthony Williams. Over to Amari Campbell now. Campbell turns the ball over. Abdi with the steal. 2:30 left to go on the clock. Jake Abdi, guarded by Kwame Herod. Oliver Dury. Back over to the corner. And that's going to be a foul called on Anthony Williams. Looks like a blocking foul for the junior. And they are not quite in the bonus. Looks like they're one foul away. So 2:22 left to go on the clock. And there's going to be another foul there on Amari Campbell. And now they will head to the line. So that 7th foul committed by St. Joe's this half will send them to the line. So make this a 2-possession game, possibly. But you need to hit both. These are massive free throws. And the first one is no good. Rebound by Ethan Simmons.
Pingry's really left a lot of points at the free throw line tonight, Ben.
They definitely have. Ethan Simmons. And it's going to be a smart timeout there. By Coach Cocoziello. So St. Joe's up 8. 2 minutes and 12 seconds left to go. And we'll see if St. Joe's just kind of plays the waiting game and doesn't really play any aggressive offense, just tries to hold the ball. Because remember, there is no shot clock in high school basketball.
Yep.
So we'll see what the game plan is. I mean, honestly, technically they could just hold this ball. Obviously, there's going to be a foul, but we'll see. We'll see what Coach Cocoziello tells his guys.
But I once called the game that went to overtime, and the team that won the tip, or that got the ball in overtime, they just ran out the 5 minutes and tried to take one last shot. It was the most ridiculous thing I think I've ever seen in my entire life, but it is possible, because as you mentioned, there is no shot clock in high school basketball, which in my opinion needs to be changed.
Yeah, I think so too.
But it's difficult, so yeah, as of right now, St. Joe's can run these 2 minutes and 12 seconds left. They should run a lot of time off. It's maybe not the whole 2 minutes, but they definitely should run a lot of time off being up by 3 possessions.
And, I mean, if you're Pingry, you either got to force a turnover or you got to foul him, because it doesn't look like St. Joe's is going to take a shot here, and they definitely shouldn't. Minute 57 now on the clock. St. Joe's up 6. Or 8, I should say. Some broken defense, and they just tear apart with the ball handling. Anthony Williams makes it a 10-point game with 1:30 left to go. St. Joe's keeping that defense going, and you got to get a shot off right now, and they won't be able to do. Kwame Herod with the steal and the fast break lay. What a play there by Herod. Possibly to put the game away as St. Joe's is up by 12 with 1:15 left to go. And I think we may have just seen the end of the game just pass by our eyes. St. Joe's held that ball for so long, broke apart the defense with the ball movement, and Kwame Herod makes a great defensive play and gets the fast break lay, giving St. Joe's a 12-point lead, just a little bit over 1 minute left to go.
But I hate to say it, that was one of the best offensive possessions St. Joe's had all game.
Yeah.
I mean, they should probably do that even when they're not trying to run the clock out. I mean, all you got to do is just keep playing keep away, and then you find an open man wide open underneath the basket. That was the easiest 2 points St. Joe's has had all game.
Yeah, that ball movement really just tore apart the Pingry defense, and that was a wide open bucket.
They were playing monkey in the middle of the entire Pingry team, and Pingry just forgot. And there was a 5th guy underneath the basket, and great play by Ethan Simmons finding him.
Yeah. Yeah, Anthony Williams got his easiest shot all game, so it could be a talking point for Coach Cocoziello later on this season in the next couple of games. Just maybe ball handling a little bit more.
Yeah, absolutely. Keep moving that ball. Like I said, ball movement is the key, and Pingry's playing his own defense too. The real issue for Pingry, I mean, first of all, the free throws have been absolutely abysmal for Pingry today. Second of all, they have way too many turnovers. They are being very, very sloppy. St. Joe's has got a lot of steals in this game, That's really, they've left a lot of points on this, and their entire season could be lost because of it.
And it looks like they're really gassed out there. They've only played about 6 or 7 guys this entire game. Oliver Duryea does not want this season to end yet, however. That's a 3 for Oliver Duryea. St. Joe's up by 9 now, 59 seconds left to go. Peter Rolke fouls Ethan Simon. And Simon is by far St. Joe's best free throw shooter. So you never want to call it a guarantee, but they could get 2 of those 3 points right back here at the line.
Yeah, if you're Pingry, you have to start fouling here. Especially 55 seconds left. I mean, you know, you could be giving up 2 points, but you just got to keep firing from 3 now, and Pingry should just keep doing that. Jake Abdi has been on fire today.
Yeah, Jake Abdi, Oliver Duryea are just a couple of guys from the three-point line who can really make a difference. Ethan Simon makes both his free throws, so St. Joe's back up by 11. They're playing a full-court press defense. Abdi.
Pingry's got to shoot the 3 now. You can't really settle for 2s. And another turnover for Pingry.
Mari Campbell has been incredible defensively all day today. And he might have just made the play to end this game, as Pingry's not even going to foul now. And there it is. So 36 seconds left. St. Joe's up by 11. Kwame Herod heading to the line after the intentional foul by Pingry. Liam Royster and Oliver Duryea have been by far the 2 best players for Pingry. Notably the 2 seniors out there currently, and this will be their last game of their basketball career, at least in high school. And it looks like Pingry is going to check in 3 more guys to get them on the court. Duryea chalks it up. No good. So it looks like the refs are going to stop the play. Not sure what they're discussing here. I mean, obviously it won't mean too much of the outcome of this game. Pingry's putting in all their sort of bench warmer seniors, get them in the court, get them on the court one last time before their season is over. And here come the seniors for Pingry. St. Joe's sticking with the same lineup as they're up by 12, 30 seconds left to go. Both teams have cemented the outcome of this game.
Pingry fans on their feet now applauding these seniors.
And Anthony Williams is stomping over their parade as he gets a steal, and he's going to try and run out the clock here. And it looks like that will be the ball game here in the Maglio Gymnasium. Pingry, just want to give props to them, had a great season, 11-9 on the year, 6-2 in their conference. Made it to the South Non-Public A tournament. But St. Joe's will advance to the second round to play the winner of St. Augustine and Notre Dame. The Falcons will be home on Friday night. So I'm Ben Chadwick alongside Max Chadwick. Thanks for tuning in.